guys, what is going on? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be working on a couple different projects for the M3. Now obviously I have been shaping the clay this whole time, but at the same time I've been working on other projects, one of them being trying to get the passenger side, all the little imperfections taken care of. First of those being the mounting hardware areas, strengthening those up a little bit, especially like in this front corner right here where it was basically hollow. So what I did is I filled it with basically Bondo glass, and I filled it in right here, and it worked out perfectly. So it gives it much more rigidity, and then that way when I screw it in, it doesn't flex at all. So what I've got to do is I've got to do that to some of the remaining hardware areas. So basically I'm going to add some of the Bondo glass around here just to strengthen it up and build up this area a little bit, so that way as it sits flush on the car, when I go to bolt it in, it's not pulling out the rubber piece that's in the car. The other thing I've been doing is shaping the rear fender. So I had a problem where this piece here was too far forward, so what I did is I cut it, pulled it away, and then Bondo glassed it back together. And so now I'm just working on getting this all smooth, getting the line up here right. So now what I'm going to do is add some more to this because I've got some shaping to do, and then I'm going to add some of the Bondo glass over here so I can get those built up and then be able to bolt that to the car. All right, now before I start applying the Bondo glass, what I need to do is I need to mount the rear fender again and get it set up so that way I can do some more measurements for the other side. But one of the things is I'm actually changing the hardware, so I wanted to show you that real quick. All right, so here's the actual hardware I'm going to be using. Instead of the Downstar stuff, which sticks out away from the fender a lot, I didn't really like that look for the car, so what I went ahead and did is picked up some Allen head bolts, some washers that I painted black, and then I'm using the same rubber nut in the back of the body of the car. So it works the same, but it sits much more flush, and I like it a lot better. And I'll make sure I have a link in the description box down below, that way you guys can check it out for yourself. All right, so the reason that this is back on the car is I want to be able to take this tape, and I want to bring it all the way across this body line right here, so when I go to measure from, let's say, this hardware area to the tape line, it's a little bit easier to take this measurement all the way over there because I'm going to do the same tape line on that side. So when I go to measure each of these points, it's just easier to figure out and kind of understand. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. All right, let's get the same line on the driver's side. Okay, so next thing I'm going to do is measure on the passenger side where each of the hardware areas are on that tape line, and then what I'll do is I'll move over and do the same thing over there and make sure that the hardware areas are going to be on the same spot. Alright guys, well the Bondo glass is all cured up, so now all I have to do is sand it down. One quick tip for you guys is if you are doing body work and you're doing Bondo work and stuff, if you want a clean edge like right here, using that tape that I use is super easy. You can use any kind of painter's tape like that, and it'll just kind of keep the Bondo glass from spreading over too far where you don't want it. And then when you're done, you just peel it right off and you're good to go. So super easy, kind of a quick tip. I thought you guys might like that. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and start sanding this down. I was inspecting my work. Alright guys, so I've been shaping the rear driver fender in this video a lot. And that's because I'm trying to get it ready so in the next video I can go ahead and get it molded. But what I've been working so hard on is trying to get the lines on the fender right. So the outer edge of the fender where it meets the car I'm pretty happy with. There's a little bit of stuff that I have to add some detail to and clean up, but I'm happy with where it's at right now. As far as the hardware areas, I've got those. I've got to add a few more down here, and then I've got to add to that rear piece back there. As far as smoothness, it's okay. I've got to go back and make it smoother, but the hardest part that I've been working on now is the top and bottom edge of the fender. One of the things I've done is I took some cardboard and I cut out from the passenger side, and I made this little cutout here. That's basically the inner edge of the fender on the other fender. So what I'll do is I take this, set it up here, get the hardware area lined up with that mark. So what I can see here is there's a gap between the fender and this cardboard, so I know that there's deviation from this fender to the other fender. All kind of boring stuff, honestly, but it's those small details that's gonna make these fenders look really, really good. Quick little recap as far as what else I've done in this video. Basically, I worked a lot on the rear passenger fender. So I cleaned up this edge here. I'm really happy with how this looks. It came out really nicely. I filled in this gap here that I just didn't like anymore. I fixed the area where it meets the body of the car, so there's less of a gap there. I fixed this kind of outer edge right here. I've got to add some more in this area. But basically what I did is this fender was too low and I didn't like it, so I went ahead and I cut all of this out. So now when I go to lower the car, I have more room. So you can see the actual fender of the car. I can cut all that out, and when I drop the car, I have more room to work with and I have more travel here. So the other thing I did was I'm bringing up this edge. Because I cut all that out, I have to bring up this edge so that it's not really skinny like over here, so I've got to fix that. So now all I've been doing is just sanding this down. It's actually taken a little bit longer because I blew an outlet in the garage, so now I have no power tools, so I've got to fix that, which is kind of one of the reasons I'm going to end the video here. Other thing I did is added some Bondo glass to this area because there was a huge gap here that I didn't like. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead, like I said, end the video here. It doesn't look like a whole lot done, and I understand that. It's just stuff that I've gotten done and had the time to do. So what I'm gonna do now is get that breaker fixed so I can use power tools and start filming the next video for you guys. I'm a little bit behind where I wanted to be just because of school and everything, but should be back on track now, and I'm excited to get this stuff done. So it's coming together. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you guys are excited about how the fenders are looking and excited to get that other side molded, make sure you give the video a thumbs up. I really appreciate it. If you guys want to see more pictures of the car, you can check out my Instagram. It's going to be linked in the description box down below, along with the hardware that I am using, so you guys can see that. And then lastly, you know, if you guys haven't subscribed already, make sure you guys do that. That way you guys can see when the new videos are out. But anyways, like I said, I'm going to end the video here. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.